He must have been like me, that Farsi. He thought only of himself, how to get a cup of tea, how to keep warm and comfortable, and never thought of his guest. Now the Martin compares himself with the Farsi. He says that he only thought of himself just like me. He took care of himself, but for his guest he cared nothing at all. Yet who was the guest? The Lord himself. If he came to see me, should I behave like that? Then Martin laid his head upon his arms, and before he was aware of it, he fell asleep. Now thinking this thing, he felt asleep. He said that अगर गॉड मेरे यहाँ पे गेस्ट बन के आए तो क्या मैं ऐसा बिहेव करूंगा, और वो ये सोचते सोचते सो गया. Martin, he suddenly heard a voice as if someone had breathed that word above his ear. He started from his sleep. Who's there? He asked. He turned around and looked at the door. No one was there. He called again. Then he heard quite distinctly, Martin, Martin, look out into the street tomorrow, for I shall come. Next morning he rose before daylight, and after saying his prayers, he lit the fire and prepared his cabbage soup and buckwheat porridge. Then he lit the samovar, put on his apron, and sat down by the window to his work. Next day he rose before daylight, and he prepared some food for the visitor. Okay, he didn't know who was this person or who was the person who said this. He was still unsure of it. So he sat by the window for his work, and he kept on looking. As he sat working, Martin thought over what had happened the night before. At times it seemed to him like a dream, and at times he thought that he had really heard the voice. So he sat by the window looking out into the street more than he worked, and whenever anyone passed in unfamiliar booths, he would stoop and look up so as to see not only the feet but the face of the passer-by as well. Now he says that when someone in unfamiliar booths, that means those booths which he hadn't made, he would stand and look who was the person. Presently an old soldier came near the window, spade in his hand. Martin knew him by his boots, which were shabby old felt ones galoshed with leather. The old man was called Stepney. A neighboring tradesman kept him in his house for charity, and his duty was to help the house potter. He began to clear away the snow before Martin's window. Martin glanced at him and then went on his work. I must be growing crazy with age, said Martin, laughing at his fancy. Stepney comes to clear away the snow, and I just imagine it's Christ coming to visit me. Old dotard I am. Yet, after he had made a dozen stitches, he felt drawn to look out of the window again. He saw that Stepney had laid his spade against the wall and was either resting himself or trying to get warm. The man was old and broken down, and had evidently not enough strength even to clear away the snow. Now it's being said that this Stepney was the person who used to clear away the snow from the window, and Martin thought that it is the Christ coming. He was just Stepney, the old person who used to clean the snow. After he had made dozen stitches, after he did some of his work, he was again drawn to look out of the window, and he saw that Stepney was either resting or he was getting warm, because he didn't have strength to clear away the snow. What if I called him and gave him some tea, thought Martin. The samovar is just on the boil. He stuck his awl in its place and rose, and putting the samovar on the table, made tea. Then he tapped the window with his fingers. Stepney turned and came to the window. Martin beckoned him to come in and went himself to open the door. Come in, he said, and warm yourself a bit. I am sure you must be cold. May God bless you, Stepney answered. My bones do ache, to be sure. Come, friend, sit down and have some tea. Martin invited Stepney to tea, and he said that take rest and warm yourself a bit. Filling 2 tumblers, he passed on to his visitor, and pouring his own out in the saucer, began to blow on it. Stepney emptied his glass. He began to express his thanks, but it was plain that he would be glad of some more. Have another glass, said Martin, refilling the visitor's tumbler and his own. But while he drank his tea, Martin kept looking into the street. Are you expecting anyone? Asked the visitor. Now, during this time, he was looking outside the window, because he felt that Christ will come. Am I expecting anyone? Well, you see, I was reading of how Christ, the Lord, walked on the earth. I came to that part, where he went to a Pharsee who did not receive him well. Well, friend, as I read about it, I thought how the man did not receive Christ, the Lord himself, with proper honor. Suppose such a thing could happen to such a man as myself, I thought, what would I do not to receive him? Well, friend, as I was thinking of this, I began to doze and I dozed. I heard someone call me by my name. I got up and thought I heard someone whispering, "Expect me, I will come tomorrow." This happened twice over, and to tell you the truth, it sank into my mind. Though I am ashamed of it myself, I keep on expecting him, the dear Lord. So he narrated this whole incident that happened last night, and he confessed that he is expecting Lord himself. Stepney shook his head in silence, finished his tumbler, laid it on his side, but Martin stood it up again and refilled it for him. Stepney forgot his tea. He was an old man, easily moved to tears. He sat and listened. The tears ran down his cheeks. "Thank you, Martin Evdick," he said. "You have given me food and comfort both for soul and body. You are very welcome. Come again another time. I am glad to have a guest," said Martin. Stepney went away and Martin sat down to his work, stitching the back seam of a boot.